It's great. Being able to play football is definitely what I was looking forward to. This year is a little different. There's been a different path to travel to get to the field, but I've made it to the field, so I'm happy for it.
When did you realize it was possible that you'd be able to come back here in November?
Well, I would say this whole time I've always wanted to be playing, and the doctor being able to tell me, hopefully 3 months you'll be able to be back, and so I've always had that, just in the back of my head, and through rehab and through everything else, I felt like I've always been pushing, trying to say, okay, hopefully this is going to be the week that I'll be able to get to running or get to whatever I need to be able to do, just so I can be even that, a step closer to being able to be playing. So it was always in the back of my head. Hopefully I'd be able to make it on the field, and thank God that it all worked out for the best.
How intense was that rehab, Jerald?
Rehab is not fun. At the end of the day, there's a lot that goes on through it. You have your bad days, and you have your good. So I would say about maybe a month in was probably the worst part of it. A lot of cranking, a lot of trying to get, range of motion, things like that back, and that's not a lot of fun, but it's something that you have to go through. And the guys that we have, Drew Hamlin, Dave Rule, and Mark Meyer, they understand it, and they tell you that you have to get through these things so that you're able to get back on the field. So I got it. I get, that they're putting me through it for a reason. It wasn't, trying to hurt me or anything.
So on those bad days, did you ever let doubt creep in and be like, man, I don't know if I'm going to do this year?
No, not at all. I would say the guys that we have, again, with the trainers, they don't let you have days like that. And for the team that I have, they wouldn't let my head be down. They're always there for me. They made me feel as though, I was still a big contributor within the program and within the success that we were having. So they wouldn't let me have days where, I would put myself down. And when I say bad days, I'm talking about I would still progress, but it just wouldn't be exactly what I'd want. So I felt like those days, they were hard, but with the guys that we have, it's pretty nice having them to back you up.
What felt good Saturday, and where were some areas that maybe you felt like you had some rust?
I'd say rust all over the place. You got to get it off you somehow, and playing good D lineman that Minnesota had, it gave me a chance to knock off the rust. I felt like halftime was it was about the moment where I felt like I was playing football again when we came back out and started the third quarter, and we were really getting back into the groove, or at least for me, getting back into the groove and playing good football. I felt like that was when I really saw myself, being able to move the guys and being able to just get my blocks correctly.
Saturday night, you said you felt pretty good. Was that the same Sunday morning waking up? Were you a little sore? Just kind of what were you thinking?
Sunday morning, I was football sore, so nothing out of the ordinary. I love it. Definitely better feeling, than you would think when you haven't done it in such a long time. Being able to wake up and feel, your neck's a little tight and things like that. It's just old memories, I guess, at least in my mind.
Your brother talked about a passionate pregame speech before the game. What exactly did he say to the team?
Well, I was full with emotion, so we leave whatever's in the locker room in the locker room. That was it was whatever came out in the moment. I guess I couldn't really explain it, but I was definitely hyped up for it.
How was it playing with your brother out there on the field?
Oh, it was great. But kind of on a side note, not taking away from my brother, but all the guys, they're my brothers, and they all care for me. So being able to be out there with all of them was just such a great feeling. And taking the first snaps, I was really happy just being able to be in the huddle and seeing everybody's faces before we broke it. So I was loving the game. Definitely was loving it.
Jerald, what were your thoughts on Tommy's performance on Saturday, especially considering the fact that he went out twice with injuries?
Tommy is one of the hardest, toughest football players that I've seen and been able to be a part of playing with him. He goes through injuries and he works and does everything he needs to just so he's able to be out there. And he fights and he does everything he can so he can compete. At such a high level. And I'm happy being able to be out there with a guy like that, somebody that is going to give 100%. So I was happy to see him come back, definitely when he did, so we could get that last drive and get that touchdown.
When he came back, you guys were on your own 9-yard line. Did you guys question his ability to move at that point in time, or did you say in the huddle I'm good to go?
Oh no, we were kind of surprised. I was standing by Gates and we were just talking, because of the TV timeout, and Tommy said something. He's standing right where the quarterback's supposed to be. He says something. I kind of didn't really, think about it, and then I looked back. I was like, "Oh my God, you're back!" I was like, "All right, let's play football," and we started rolling again. So I was definitely happy, being able to see him out there. And again, the guy, he's a competitor. He does what he needs to, so he can play. And I'm happy to be able to have a quarterback like him.
How did it feel to be part of the offense out there, when you guys make a big play and the crowd's roaring behind you? What did it feel to be a part of that atmosphere, knowing you guys just had a big play and you got to be part of it?
I would say it's a great feeling. I don't want to, underplay it, but scoring touchdowns is about the same as it was in high school. I love it, but it's on to the next one, at least in my mind. I'd say, trying to celebrate probably is the most tiring part of the whole game. You get all the way down there, then you have to celebrate for a good 30 seconds just running around with your head cut off, just looking crazy trying to catch a running back. Trey Bryant, when he had his touchdown, he ran from one side of the end zone to the other, and I'm trying to keep up with him the whole way, just looking like an idiot right behind him, but it was a lot of fun, and being able to celebrate with your guys is what you play for. We're all trying to keep our vibes high, keep everything going, in the right way, so it was fun.
How would you characterize Jerald Foster? Since some people have said for you, his relationship's been like a life coach, role model. What words would you use?
Okay, so if we're gonna break down Trey, we gotta first start off with he's got a great younger brother. The kid's amazing. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and it's kind of like he's a leader. He leads his brother, and he tells him what he needs to do, definitely when he's out on the field, because Trey doesn't really know what's going on. But with a brother, what is his name? DJ Foster? Isn't that what that kid's name is? Jerald? One of those names. But that kid definitely does help him out. Definitely does. He's a good guy. Were we talking about DJ? We're talking about DJ, weren't we? Yeah, that guy's great. Great guy.